And here I have the Incredible Hulk hacked over Donkey Kong, and this is a stage I found on Kitty Corp Meow Mix. It's pretty nice, actually. I mean, personally, I don't really like walk-off edges. The Hulk mod is really cool, but I thought, like, just visually, this is a really nice looking stage. Hello! Welcome to a Brawl modding tutorial. In this video, we're going to be covering custom character selection screens on a basic level, but in a way that will allow you to expand your roster to the full size of the original base game. And again, like in previous videos, we will expand upon this. This video will show you how to get all of the individual characters selectable, such as like the individual Pokemon from the Pokemon Trainer, or like Zero Suit Samus, or Sheik, and stuff like that. And it will also show you how to organize them in a way that you can choose yourself and design in your own way. So we're going to be getting into it. I hope you enjoy. There will be more extensive videos in the future that cover adding additional characters and going past the normal game limits. But for this video, we are working within the base game, and we are just going to take it to the max for what we can do with the character select screen using the original characters, so you can have a full game experience however you want it to be. Now, we're going to be jumping in. If you've been to Brawl, if you've been following along with our videos so far, it's possible your character select screen looks like this right now.
That's a lot of characters.
Yeah, that's not a lot of characters, actually, is it? We have, you know, not that many. We need to expand it. So there are some steps we need to take first. I'm not sure if you have to do this, but first we're going to unlock all the characters. Then we are going to expand the character select screen, and then we are going to customize it. So now that we have this, we'll move into the next part of it, because we've seen this is just the basic Brawl thing. So we'll kill that emulation there. And I'll close Dolphin. You can see the programs that we need right now are the Dolphin that we've been working on from the past. And we love Brawl Blocks, so we have that. Down here is Super Sounds. We're not using that for this video, but if you haven't checked it out, check out my last video about custom sound effects. Some things we'll need at the start as a download. We are going to need from a variety of places, but first we're going to download the CSS Organizer 2.0. And you can click on this guy and download it. Don't look at those things with the ads, but thank you again eternally to Phantom Wings, one of the most important people in all of modding Smash. Forever appreciative of the work you've put into this. We'll even talk more about his works, and also others, of course, in the future. But we just need that program for now. And then you can read through this thread. It will be in the description. We have a code here that we'll use in a little bit. But for right now, that's all we need. Next, we're going to this next tab. Some guy, I don't know who this is, 15 years ago, he had a video about something. You can watch this. It's not the worst video ever. I mean, I gave it a thumbs down, but you can do whatever you want. Inside of here, there are some codes, and we're going to be using all of these, which is great. So thanks, nerd. And then over here, we have another video by that same guy about the CSS Organizer 2.0. You can use this as an additional video reference if you want. There's nothing special about this video. After this current video you're watching, this video is basically deprecated. But if you are still interested in the history of modding Brawl, you can check this guy out as well. So once these codes are in the description again, so once you have all that and you've downloaded the character, oh, sorry, where is that? Yeah, the CSS Organizer. You can extract that to your desktop wherever you'd like. We're not going to be getting into this immediately, but this is something we're going to be using. So at the beginning of the video, you saw that our character select screen did not have that many characters. We're going to take care of that first. The first thing that we're going to do is open our dolphin. And I have, since the last video, like reset and tried to do everything the same. So hopefully this is like as little edited as possible. Your dolphin, if you have been following along, should look similar to this. We need to go and right click on Brawl. And here is where we will actually be using gecko codes. Dolphin's cheat system is currently disabled. Okay, we have to hit configure dolphin and then you need to enable cheats. We are only going to be enabling cheats once and then we can disable them. Now under gecko codes again, you will go to download codes. It'll download a bunch of stuff. You can check this out if you want. I mean, you know, it's fun. These are basically like Game Shark or Game Genie type codes. In here is one called like everything unlocked. And we want everything unlocked. A lot of codes. If you remember using a Game Genie, yeah, here's even like a custom CSS code. Again, we're not using this gecko tab, we're using our custom scripts, but there is stuff in here. We just want the unlock everything code and we'll never use this again. Because it'll save to our SD card. Oh, where the hell is it? Okay, I'll cut and I'll find it. Okay, you know what? This is good enough. Unlock all characters, unlock all stages. That seems good enough. Once you have them checked on, you can hit close. Okay, sorry, no. So for this, we're just gonna open Brawl normally. And I don't even need to set this to full screen for now. We're just going to be unlocking everything, and then we will turn the cheats back off. And then we'll be adding the codes. So here, again, please enjoy the most ridiculous unlock thing ever. Boom. That's how good I am at the game. You ever wondered, Wacka, how good are you? Man, I just turn on the game and everything unlocks. That's how good I am. So now we're just gonna go to a brawl. Again, this is normal brawl. We don't have Gecko loaded. We can see all the characters are unlocked, and that's awesome. So we're gonna close that. Now we can go to options, configuration, general. We can disable cheats. I don't think we need those anymore. And then we can right click on properties for this, go to Gecko codes. Somehow here you can, if you right click on anything, you can show enabled codes first. And then you can disable these two codes and you will have nothing enabled. And that's fine, because we just wanted that to unlock everything. And that's great. So now our brawl is all set up. Again, I'm not entirely sure if you need to do that, but again, if you just want to have everything unlocked and everything stock standard, that's how you can do it. Now, we're going to go into Brawl Box because we're going to be adding codes. As we learned in the custom sound effects video, Brawl Box can be used to add codes using the tool's Code Manager. However, how we were doing that is by using files on our SD card. So if I just organize this, if we go to our Dolphin folder, user, load, WeSD sync, again, remember from previous videos, we have our codes folder. Now in here, we have our text, which just, again, personally I like, but you could just keep it in one file, but I think this is easier because I can just take a little peek here. We have our file patch code, the SDHC extension, and the replacement sound bank engine, and nothing else. Okay, great. So if we go back, and you'll have to check the description for this, but we're going to go to this gentleman's video. And this will be in the current video's description as well, but I'll just do it from here to show you. We're going to copy all of his codes, which include the independent Pokemon engine, plus no rec my music. Thank you, Spunit, a great figure in the Brawl community. That allows you to choose the individual Pokemon and doesn't break your music. Of course, the custom CSS version 3, which is a super good code made by Spunit again. CSS fixes for Giga and Company v2, of course, Spunit, the boy, and the CSS fixes for Zero Suit Samus and Sheik. Surprise, surprise, by Spunit. So we're going to control copy that from the description, go back to our codes, and we're going to go to the bottom, give ourselves a little bit of room, and paste it in there. Now, I'll hopefully have this better in the current description, but for whatever reason, if you copy from my old video, there are some spaces. You will have to delete these. You don't want gaps in your code, just gaps between new codes. So that should be better, but if you ever copy code and you notice it like that, just go through and clean it up. It doesn't take that long. See the replacement sound bank engine, and everything under here is new. Awesome. Thanks, Wacka. Now we'll go back here to the CSS Organizer where we downloaded it from, and there is a CSS fix in here. We can copy this and chuck this again way down at the bottom. Give yourself some room and paste it in down there. I'll get rid of this. Now we can save this. Oop. And we are done with all of the codes to be added. Now, how do we get those back into the GCT? Well, you remember this. That's why we have Brawl Box open. We're going to use the Code Manager by going Tools, Code Manager, File, open. And now we can open the text file. We go to Dolphin, user, load, and then back into our SD card, and then grab the TXT because that's what we were just entering. You can see here, it's detected all of the codes. CSS fix, independent Pokemons, custom CSS for Giga Bowser, Zero Suit Samus, replacement soundbank engine, the SDHC extension, and the file patch code. It's quite a mouthful. Once you check them all on, I'm going to hit save as, and you can just save over your GCT. Of course, I always recommend making a backup before you do these things so you can roll back in case you break something, but I am pretty confident in what I'm doing, so I'm just going to save over. Once that's done, we are done with Brawl Box. We love you. And we can go and check out actually now we're going to go back into Dolphin because we have put the codes into the GCT, so now we would need to pack those back into a new SD card for a Dolphin to read. However, before we do that, we're going to do something really quick. There's a file that we'll need for the next step, so we'll right click on Brawl, go Properties. We're going to go over to the file system. In here, you might need to expand this, but find menu 2. There should be sc underscore cell character underscore en dot pack. You're going to right click this on extracting. Now, we're going to navigate back to your Dolphin folder and go to users, and we're just going to chuck this right into your SD card. So this is kind of like when we added those custom Marios. This is a file that actually is read into the game. So this needs to go into the private. It's not a code, it's not an app. This is something that actually goes in the game. So all of those kinds of things live inside of here. You go into PF, and from older videos, we've made the fighter folder, which has some Mario stuff. Like we saw, we have the sound effects folder where I did some funny stuff, and a stage folder, which we haven't gone into yet, but basically it's the same as fighter, and I was just doing that myself. So if you're following along, just need to right click, go new folder, and we're going to call this menu 2, like that. And then inside of the menu 2 folder, we can save this file. Now, for right now, don't worry about it. We're just going to use the name, whatever, save it. That's great. I just want that file. It'll be nice. So now we're going to go Options, Configuration. You have to go over to the Wii tab because we're going to do the packing of the SD card. Remember, we put the new codes on, so we need to pack it into a new SD card, which has been done now. And we will check out what the result of simply those codes does. The thing that we extracted, obviously we didn't edit it, it's still basic, and also technically the file name means that it is not being read by the game, which we'll cover next, but don't worry about that. But basically, what we're seeing right now is only the codes. We can go to Brawl.
That's a lot of characters.
All right, now that is a lot of characters. So we've added those codes into the game. If that's all you want to do, then this is all you need to do. We have more organized Mario characters in a row than the Donkey Kong characters, and etc. You can see we have Sheik and Zelda. We have Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. And all of that stuff. And randoms in the middle. The character select screen is obviously much larger than what we had before. Of course, we unlocked characters, and we have added them with the code. And that's awesome, because now I can do things like play Meta Knight versus Zero Suit Samus, and I don't have to transform right at the beginning of the game. Or other things like that. So that's what it looks like with just the codes. We're going to close Smash now. And you might be thinking, that's great, but it's 2025, and I want to use a program from 2010 that changes the scale and position of the characters. Okay, sure, calm down. We can use a program from that long ago. We can close out a dolphin right now. That's why we got CSS Organizer v2. Pop this guy open. We have the program. Double click on that. Microsoft will tell you it is dangerous, but we are hackers, so we know what we're doing. In here, you might recognize this as the background. It's just there as an image. It's no big deal. Doesn't mean anything. We need to go File, Open. And if you watched my previous video, this one over here, what we're about to cover is very similar. So again, if you want more information, you could check that video out. But otherwise, what we're going to do is go File, Open, and navigate to your Load, Private, Wii, App, RSBE, PF, Menu 2, and you're going to choose that SC cell character _ en.pack that we extracted, and hit Open. And this is going to show you a character select screen. You can see my cursor is highlighting things and whatnot. We can change things around and move them, but because we used those codes from before, the first thing we should do is go down here and change the layout to 41, because there are 41 characters in that previous character select screen that we were working with the codes when it's all broken out. And so now, because when you add more to the layout, it automatically increments them. Like here you see item position 37, item position 38, item position 39. So like when you add to the layout, it does automatically, take care of that. We don't actually need to do anything to these. They will display properly in the game because of the codes we've used. However, obviously we can't see that visually within this application, but whatever, because if you're going to be messing around with this, you're going to have to do some trial and error and see what you like. If you're using the codes that I've said, use layout 41. In the future, we'll be getting into layouts that are greater than 50. As you can see, we can't go past 50 here. As of my videos in the past, this was something that we never actually covered, anything past 50. So in upcoming videos, that's going to be something we'll check out. But for now, we're sticking to what's within the game, and that is 41 with our codes. This program allows you to edit things however you'd like. So if I want Meta Knight to be over in this corner, and maybe I want his scale to be only half as big because, he's a small guy, and then Bowser's pretty big, so maybe he could be like, but he's pretty wide, so maybe it could be like more like that. and he could be like over there, and then maybe random could be, maybe it could just be like really. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then you can do rotations. I do know rotations, I think it's X, it's the good one. Okay, that's probably not good. If you mess up, you can right-click and go delete, which resets it. Although sometimes, I don't know, sometimes you just have to like reopen the file. Anyway, this looks pretty good. You can comment on how good you think that... Oh, Samus is really tall, isn't she? And who plays player 4? Only dorks. Let's put... What's that? Oh, that's probably one of the... You know what? It's beautiful. File. Save as. Now here, we're still in our SD card. This is called sc cell character _en dot pack. What the game actually reads does not have an _en. So just delete that, and when you save it, it will compress. It's pretty good. Now we can close this. And we can go back to where it's saved and take a look at that. And it's under the RSBE PF menu 2, this folder right here. Because we have it, we're going to need to pack that back into a new SD card, because we added that to our folder, so we need to add that to the SD card. So we go back into the Dolphin and go to Wii and pack the SD card. Give it a second. I like to just wait a second and maybe like move the window. It's a little bit touchy. You don't want to like risk a corruption or something like that. With all of that done, now we should just be able to open Gecko, and for this one, I'll even full screen it. Make sure to always allow adequate room around you during gameplay. When using a controller connected to the Wii Remote, put the wrist strap through the connector hook. Okay, well now here's where I hold my breath, and that I didn't make any mistakes, because here we go. Okay, so we are going to make a much more simple thing. We're just going to change it to 41, and then I'm going to move... See this portrait? It's like over here by Bowser, and this one's over here. And this one's like kind of halfway between two characters, and this one's like halfway. And then maybe this one's just like a little off-center. Okay, so we know. And I will say we're SC care dot, or SC select care dot pack or whatever. Alright. We'd open our Dolphin again. Oops. 1 second here. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need a new one. Go to your Wii tab, back to the SD again. Boot Gecko, and then we can pop this to full screen. Now this should definitely work. I'm pretty sure when I scaled that one picture up to 100, that like freaked the game out. You know, you can't like go too crazy, but if you don't try, you'll never know. You gotta have fun with it. this should definitely work. I hope. So the main point to know is that, like, even though... Yeah, here we go. Even though, you know, I made a mistake and it errored or whatever, there's no, like, extra steps, there's nothing broken with it. I just wanted to show that you can't go totally crazy. But we can see we have all of the extra characters, and you could easily move them around in whatever you want. Just don't go stupid with it and get, like, a bazillion characters. So, since we're in here, I wanted to quickly show off some stuff for upcoming videos. We're going to choose Donkey Kong, and we're going to choose all the stages we have unlocked, so nice. We're going to choose Green Hill Zone. And here I have the Incredible Hulk hacked over Donkey Kong, and this is a stage I found on Kitty Corp Meow Mix. It's pretty nice, actually. I mean, personally, I don't really like walk-off edges. The Hulk mod is really cool, but I thought, like, just visually, this is a really nice looking stage. I don't know if this is from, like an Atelier game or some, I don't know, but it looks really nice. Not a huge fan of the walk-off ledges, but if you are too curious about how to get different mods from... Let me just close out of this. If you're curious about how to get mods from the Brawl Vault and things like that, what I just showed, check out my other videos. Get experienced with how to mod Brawl. Once you have the SD card set up, a lot of what you need to do is just download the files and then understand what they are. Once you know what they are, you basically just drop them into your SD card and you're good to go. This time, we took a look at a number of things, including unlocking all of the characters and stages. And then we took a look at expanding our SD card by adding codes. We added a number of codes for the custom CSS. And then also we added inside of our RSBEPF folder a menu 2, which allows us to have custom character select screens and custom positions and things like that. So between all of these and these methods, within the base game of Brawl, you should be able to set up something that you're pretty happy with. And I hope that this was understandable enough for at least the basics of character select screens. In the future, like I said, we will be going into expanded character select screens. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I wanted to show for some advanced reading, if you will, because I know I don't make videos as quickly as it could be. If you do want to continue with your studies of modding Brawl, I'll have these links in the description as well. There's a great Kitty Corp Meow Mix forum thread here about Brawl EX. It's a very interesting thread with images, and it goes into detail about how to expand past that 50 character limit. Here's a thread on Smash Boards by Melee Master 500 with 80 plus characters. Again, these are just nice things to see so you can be inspired, and I think in this thread in particular there are some download links to packs you can download and stuff like that. That's a pretty good one. And then in here there's the Brawl expansion project by, once again, shoutouts, Phantom Wings. You can never shout out that guy enough. this thread on Kitty Court Meow Mix basically describes in wonderful detail, including video tutorials. Shout outs to Sammy Husky. If you haven't checked out his videos, you should. All sorts of downloads, everything. So if you do want to continue your studies and you want to go past that 50 character limit, I'll have these in the descriptions, but please know we will be covering these subjects in the future, and I will have videos on those. So, thank you so much for watching. As we wrap this video up, I don't think there's anything else I want to say, so please let me know what other topics or subjects you'd like to see for Hacking Brawl. I'm trying to approach it from a continuingly expanding mod. So, like, you know, right now we have the Mario characters and, you know, the character or file replacement code, and then we added the sound effect stuff, and then now we added the character select screen stuff, and next time we'll add more stuff, and it's just like a project that keeps getting added to. So if you're following along or you haven't seen some of the previous videos, check those out, because basically I'm trying to structure these so that we can continue to flush out the game from a strong foundational point, and I hope you enjoy that. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to do, what topics to cover. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time. Have fun modding Brawl, and